You have the power within you to change your life right now. At this very moment, you possess an incredible ability, the ability to choose your thoughts, and that choice is the key to unlocking your full potential. Negative thinking is a thief. It steals your joy, robs you of opportunities, and keeps you trapped in a cycle of self-doubt and fear. But today, we are going to put an end to that. We are going to kill negative thinking once and for all. How many times have you talked yourself out of pursuing your dreams? How often have you let that little voice in your head tell you that you're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough? That voice is a liar, and it's time to silence it. You see, your mind is like a garden. The thoughts you plant and nurture are the ones that will grow. If you constantly feed yourself negative thoughts, guess what? That's exactly what you will reap in your life. But if you choose to plant seeds of positivity and self-belief, you will harvest a life beyond your wildest dreams. It's not about ignoring reality or pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing how you respond to those challenges. It's about recognizing that you have the strength within you to overcome any obstacle. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man who grew up in poverty. He had every reason to believe that life was unfair, that success was for other people, not for him. But he made a choice. He decided that his circumstances would not define him. He chose to believe in his potential, to focus on the opportunities rather than the obstacles. Day by day, he worked on his mindset. When negative thoughts crept in, he didn't just push them away. He replaced them with positive affirmations. He surrounded himself with people who believed in him. He read books that inspired him. He set goals and worked tirelessly towards them. Today, that young man is a successful entrepreneur, a loving father, and a pillar of his community. He didn't get there by magic. He got there by killing his negative thinking and nurturing the mindset of growth and possibility. You have that same power within you. You can rewrite your story starting today, but it requires action. It requires commitment. It requires you to be vigilant about the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. So how do we do it? How do we kill negative thinking once and for all? First, we need to become aware of our thoughts. Most of us go through life on autopilot, letting our thoughts run wild without ever examining them. Start paying attention to the voice in your head. What's it saying? Is it encouraging you or tearing you down? Once you're aware of your thoughts, challenge them. When a negative thought pops up, ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to support this thought? More often than not, you will find that your negative thoughts are based on fear and insecurity, not on facts. Next, replace those negative thoughts with positive ones. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about choosing to focus on the good, on the possible, on your strengths, rather than your weaknesses. For example, instead of thinking, I'm not smart enough to get that promotion, try, I have valuable skills and experience to offer. I'm going to work hard and give it my best shot. Remember, your brain believes what you tell it. If you constantly feed it negative messages, it will look for evidence to support those messages. But if you choose to feed it positive, empowering thoughts, it will start to seek out evidence to support those instead. Another powerful tool in killing negative thinking is gratitude. It's impossible to feel negative when you're focused on what you're grateful for. Make it a daily practice to list at least 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for the warm sun on your face, for the friend who called to check on you, or for the delicious meal you had for lunch. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong in your life to what's right. It trains your brain to look for the positive, and over time, this becomes your default mode of thinking. The language you use, both in your internal dialogue and in your conversations with others, shapes your reality. Words have energy. They have the power to lift you up or tear you down. Start paying attention to the words you use. Are you constantly saying things like, I can't, it's too hard, or I will never be able to? These phrases are self-fulfilling prophecies. When you say you can't, you're right. You can't. But when you say you can, you open up a world of possibilities. Change your language. Instead of I can't, say, how can I? Instead of it's too hard, say this is challenging, but I'm growing stronger. Instead of I will never be able to, say I'm working towards this goal. Your words create your world. Choose them wisely. Another crucial aspect of killing negative thinking is surrounding yourself with positivity. The people you spend time with, the books you read, the shows you watch, all of these influence your mindset. Take a look at your circle of friends. Are they supportive and encouraging, or do they constantly complain and bring you down? You don't have to cut negative people out of your life entirely, but you do need to limit your exposure to negativity. Seek out positive influences. Find mentors who inspire you. Read books that challenge you to think bigger. Listen to podcasts that fill you with motivation and hope. The more you surround yourself with positivity, the easier it becomes to maintain a positive mindset. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but my life is really tough right now. How can I be positive when everything seems to be going wrong? I hear you. Life can be incredibly challenging. We all face setbacks, disappointments, and heartbreaks. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond to it. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, said, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Even in the darkest of times, you have the power to choose your attitude. You have the power to find meaning in your struggles, to use your challenges as fuel for growth. When you're faced with a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? What opportunities might this create? This doesn't mean ignoring your pain or pretending everything is fine when it's not. It means acknowledging your feelings, processing them in a healthy way, and then choosing to move forward with hope and determination. Remember, every successful person you admire has faced failure and disappointment. The difference is that they didn't let those setbacks define them. They used them as stepping stones to success. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed, I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That's the mindset of a winner. That's the kind of thinking that changes the world. So how do you maintain this positive mindset when things get tough? One powerful technique is visualization. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you visualize success, you're literally rewiring your brain for success. Take a few minutes each day to close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals. See yourself giving that presentation with confidence, feel the joy of crossing that finish line, hear the applause as you accept that award. The more real you make it in your mind, the more your subconscious will work to make it a reality. You're programming yourself for success. Another crucial aspect of maintaining a positive mindset is taking care of your physical health. Your mind and body are interconnected. When you neglect your physical health, it becomes much harder to maintain a positive outlook. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. Eat nutritious foods that fuel your body and mind. Exercise regularly. It's not just good for your body, it releases endorphins that boost your mood and reduce stress. Meditation and mindfulness practices can also be incredibly powerful in combating negative thinking. They help you become more aware of your thoughts and give you the tools to control them rather than letting them control you. Without clear goals, it's easy to fall into negative thinking. You might feel like you're drifting aimlessly, which can lead to feelings of frustration and hopelessness. Set clear, specific goals for yourself. Write them down. Break them down into smaller, actionable steps. Celebrate your progress along the way. Having goals gives you direction. It gives you something positive to focus on. It gives you a reason to push through the tough times. Your goals need to be your own. Don't set goals based on what others expect of you or what society tells you you should want. Set goals that align with your values, your passions, your purpose. Speaking of purpose, that's another crucial element in killing negative thinking. When you have a clear sense of purpose, it becomes much easier to maintain a positive outlook, even in the face of adversity. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand or world-changing. It just needs to be meaningful to you. Maybe your purpose is to be the best parent you can be. Maybe it's to create art that touches people's hearts. Maybe it's to solve problems in your community. Whatever it is, when you're clear on your purpose, it gives you a North Star to guide you. It gives your life meaning beyond just your day-to-day tasks and challenges. Some people believe that thinking positively means ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. That's not what we are talking about here. Positive thinking isn't about denial. It's about approaching problems with a constructive attitude. It's about believing in your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. When you face a problem, instead of thinking, "This is terrible, I will never get through this," try thinking, "This is challenging, but I have overcome challenges before, and I can do it again." It's about shifting from a victim mentality to an empowered mentality. You're not helpless. You're not at the mercy of your circumstances. You have the power to shape your life. Another powerful tool in killing negative thinking is forgiveness. Holding on to grudges and resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only hurts you. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning what happened or letting someone off the hook. It means freeing yourself from the burden of anger and bitterness. It means choosing peace over resentment. This includes forgiving yourself. We all make mistakes. We all have regrets. But dwelling on past mistakes only keeps you stuck. Learn from your mistakes, make amends when necessary, and then let go and move forward. Remember, you're not defined by your past. You're defined by who you choose to be right now, in this moment. Positive thinking is crucial, but it needs to be coupled with positive action. You can't just sit around thinking positive thoughts and expect your life to change. When you take action towards your goals, no matter how small, it creates momentum. It builds your confidence. It proves to yourself that you're capable of creating change in your life. Start small if you need to. Maybe it's making your bed every morning. Maybe it's going for a 10-minute walk. Maybe it's sending that email you have been putting off. Whatever it is, take that first step. Action feeds motivation. The more you do, the more you will want to do. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, gathering size and momentum as it goes. Another key aspect of killing negative thinking is learning to embrace failure. So many of us are paralyzed by the fear of failure. We'd rather not try at all than risk failing. But failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed many, many times. The difference is that they didn't let those failures stop them. When you fail, choose to see it as feedback, not as a final verdict on your abilities. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? Develop a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Your talents are just the starting point. It's your effort and perseverance that will determine your success. In today's social media age, it's easier than ever to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. We see carefully curated highlights of other people's lives and think we are falling short. You're on your own journey. Your path is unique to you. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. Instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own growth. Celebrate your own progress, no matter how small it might seem. Remember, success is not a finite resource. Someone else's success doesn't diminish your own potential for success. In fact, other people's success can be inspiring. It can show you what's possible. Another powerful technique for killing negative thinking is reframing. This means looking at situations from a different perspective. It's about finding the opportunity in every difficulty. lost your job, maybe this is the push you needed to start that business you have been dreaming about. Relationship ended. Perhaps this is making space in your life for someone who's a better match for you. Reframing doesn't mean ignoring the pain or difficulty of a situation. It means choosing to focus on the potential for growth and positive change. The importance of self-care in maintaining a positive mindset cannot be overstated. So often we put ourselves last. We take care of everyone and everything else and then wonder why we feel drained and negative. Make self-care a priority. This isn't selfish, it's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup. Taking care of yourself allows you to show up fully in all areas of your life. Self-care looks different for everyone. Maybe for you it's taking a long bath, reading a good book, or going for a hike in nature. Maybe it's saying no to commitments that drain you. Maybe it's setting boundaries in your relationships. Whatever it is, make time for it. Schedule it into your day like you would any other important appointment. Another crucial aspect of killing negative thinking is cultivating resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. It's what allows you to keep going when things get tough. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's a skill you can develop. You build resilience by facing challenges and learning from them. Each time you overcome an obstacle, you become stronger and more confident in your ability to handle future challenges. One way to build resilience is by practicing optimistic self-talk. When you face a setback, instead of thinking, "This always happens to me, I will never succeed," try thinking, "This is a temporary setback. I can learn from this and come back stronger." Remember, resilience doesn't mean you never feel negative emotions. It means you don't let those emotions control you or define you. Your physical space can have a big impact on your mental state. A cluttered, chaotic environment can lead to cluttered, chaotic thinking. Take some time to create an environment that supports positive thinking. This might mean decluttering your space, adding plants or artwork that inspire you, or creating a dedicated area for relaxation or meditation. Your digital environment matters too. Are you constantly bombarded with negative news and social media posts? Consider curating your online experience to include more positive, uplifting content. Another powerful tool in killing negative thinking is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. When you practice mindfulness, you create space between yourself and your thoughts. You realize that you are not your thoughts. You have thoughts, but they don't define you. This awareness allows